All right, my friends, we are here live at Crypto BlockCon at the Mandalay Bay in Vegas. James Pell's marketing manager with SoMee Squad, and I have with me two very special people that you guys, I feel like you guys are like good homies and family now. Like we're seeing everybody at I'm seeing you at all the shows. Where and before I get into like where we met and all of that stuff, I just would like you to introduce yourselves and kind of who you are, and then we can kind of go into the context of things. So please.
Sure. My name's Cardiff Gerhardt, and
I'm Jacqueline, aka Satoshi Proof on Twitter.
Crypto Cardiff. We're mid-20s, soulmates.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Well, we've been in this space for a while. 3.5 years almost.
No, we got in at the November 2015, going into 16.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few years.
Yeah.
And we met at HoshaCon.
Right.
Yes, it was HoshaCon.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so we met at HoshaCon, which was a great show, and that was, and I know you were working with Mr. Bundy, working on the campaign there, and also too, you guys are both Vegas locals, so and seeing you at World CryptoCon as well, and you guys have been really sweet. Just have that good. You just feel it when you're around you guys. There's a good presence and a good energy that you're here to do some big things, and you guys are both like just way intelligent. So it kind of like every time I see you, I'm like, oh, it's like celebrity kind of thing. What's up, guys? So
I feel the same about you.
Yeah, thank you. So it's just really nice to be able to actually sit down, and the reason why I wanted to have this chat and just put this on the record is because you guys have had some experiences that I think are valuable that I would love for you to share with our community about social media and what your thoughts are on the current state and also to the future of social media, because as we've seen with the centralized networks and Facebooks of the world and Twitter and YouTube, like a lot of mass censorship and shadow banning, and also to privacy issues. And the regular person is just kind of like, yeah, it happened, and then they just go back to business as usual. So a lot of new networks that are popping up like SoMee, where we're actually wanting to provide value to the user and reward them for their contributions and actually let them own and control their data. And
it's the future.
That's the way it should be, right? So please,
it's the evolution, I'd say. The first step is businesses create websites, and then they scale it and grow it and monetize it as much as they can, and as they become powerhouses and these big megalomaniacs, these behemoths, then government comes in and says, hey, there's some criminals using your platform and I want access to them, and what can they do? Because they pay the taxes and they collect the taxes and they have the guns. So now we're getting into a place where things are decentralizing, and with that comes freedom and financial incentives. That monetary system is really the big paradigm shift, where instead of you have an account and you create all your data, your profiling information, and then you get spammed with advertisements which all get paid to the corporation, we now have a system where there can be ads, there doesn't have to be ads, but either way the user gets rewarded and incentivized to contribute their data in exchange for monetary value.
Exactly. And that's like, as someone that is a regular person like myself, but obviously I have a little bit more knowledge because I've been working with SoMee, but realizing that data is valuable, and our data has been bought and sold probably a bunch of times in places we have no idea.
Bought,
and people,
sold, and stolen.
Yeah, so we're kind of like over here, like obviously we're just giving it's just out there. So like knowing the value of that, I think is something that more and more people are going to realize. in the future of knowing like, hey, like your data is valuable, so like let's protect it. And if people want access to that, like advertisers, like they're gonna have to ask your permission, and like they're going to have to pay you for data. So I think that just makes sense as like normal like business. Like we have to be in the business as well, right? We're not just gonna just give away everything for free. If someone was just like, hey, give me all your stuff in your house, and you're like, okay,
You got no stuff.
no, that doesn't make any sense. So, and how about you? What are your thoughts on
social media?
Yeah, and
current social media, I see a lot of flaws. There's a lot of problems. Like you said, there's a lot of censoring. There's a lot of like manipulation. You have a lot of like new things that they're implementing, like algorithms and stuff. I know Instagram recently released some new ones, so it's like a lot of the people who had large followings there, it's like now they're being pushed, like they're being pushed out because like they're making money, but then the platform isn't making money. So it's like, let's change these algorithms so they get less, you know. And for me, it's like I feel like that's I don't like it. I feel like as a content creator, you bring a lot of value, and the company shouldn't work against you. It's like they should help you like flourish or whatever, but that's not what I'm seeing with all these platforms like Twitter and Instagram and even Facebook. It's like our friend Omar, who runs the crypto news, he had a huge...
I love Omar.
Yeah, he had a huge following on Facebook, and they shut his whole profile down. And it was like he had thousands and thousands of followers on there, and
they're gone
without even an explanation. They shut him down.
Yeah, no due process or anything like that.
And it's just like, for me, it's just like you shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's just, I mean, there's a concept where it's like it's a company, so they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, like technically a private company. So
you're on their platform, and they can do as they please.
Right.
Now, I would disagree that they shouldn't be able to. They should, because it's theirs. And really, it's up to us, the vast majority of users, to then find the next best place because we're not happy with that.
Yeah, true.
And that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. Because I see so many people that are just dissatisfied with what's going on. Because, again, you have the censorship. You have them, like, whacking people's, like, following and stuff. It's just...
That's people's livelihood and their bread and butter, you know?
Right. So, for me, it's like... I'm all for testing all these new platforms that are coming up, especially ones that do offer you incentives to like start posting, and people are actually have an easy avenue to like pay you for your content. Those are definitely the future, and I've seen so many like amazing ideas pop up in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, and like the SoMee one, I was just like super like excited about it because it was available as an app right away, which I think is super important because phones have become like an extension of people. So it's just like having it available to access right away is just like number one thing, very important for any social media to have.
And knowing that it's an actual product. We have a live beta that you can actually go on.
Yeah.
And
the UI UX is so easy for people to use. It's not like... For one of the things with some of the blockchain companies, for example, like Steemit, was that you had to have a little bit of knowledge of like coding to go in. And for me, I see that as a barrier to entry for some people that want to use it because they like the concept, but it's just like it's hard for them to post, so it's not very user friendly.
You don't post as much, therefore you have to read it, and if you're just doing that, you may get bored, and then when are you going to come back to it?
Yeah, our attention span nowadays is like, you know, if something isn't loading right away, or if it doesn't look appeasing to my eyes, then I'm just like, oh, I don't even want to mess with this, even though I could be getting paid for my posts. It's like, so that's really actually something that we're really focusing on, because we really believe that that's going to be a big identifying factor in like what makes us not only better, but like just better for the whole experience overall, right? Like when you walk into a place, you don't want to walk into some an establishment or a restaurant or anything that's kind of looking all janky, and it's kind of just like you're confused on like how everything works. Like you want it to be simple, you want it to be clean, you want it to be nice, and just overall like that experience online, but also in person. It just needs to make sense, intuitive. So I think that's what, giving some credit to Facebook, because they do have a nice clean interface. So that's what we've kind of modeled something off of, and obviously we've made it our own thing, but something familiar that people already know. So it's not as this big transition, because believe it or not, like that actually makes a huge difference. Is like, if they don't know what it looks like, then they don't know. But if they like, oh, I can reference this to something like a LinkedIn or a Facebook, then they're like, oh, okay, but I actually can actually get paid on this one. Oh, cool. So then that's kind of like how we're kind of transitioning that to just a regular everyday person. But and I wanted to ask you guys too, with the current state of the blockchain industry, right? It's still in its early days, and everyone talks about scalability, and if you're not a fully decentralized, then it's not scalable. So you need to compromise and be like this hybrid. So with social media in particular, are you guys big believers like, hey, it has to be fully decentralized, or obviously that will come in the future, but as of right now, is that
it's compromised? Yeah, and it's fine.
Yeah, because it's really all about
fully decentralizing is really tough in anything, and that's where we're trying to go. But it gets to the point where you're no longer a business. You just have a network floating around and upheld by everyone all over the place.
Yeah.
And that requires adoption. That requires, someone taking their computer and going, this is the best use for this computer.
Yeah, true. And that's something that, as I ask as someone that's marketing, doing some market research, because there's really hardcore people that are like, all about decentralization. Let's go, and if it's not fully decentralized, I don't want to be a part of it. Hey, that's awesome. I totally respect that. But there's also a need for the use case of something right now.
Rather centralized.
Yeah. So I think in social media, in the social media land, we need to fulfill the need of the market right now, because this is a need right now, especially with like all the hacks and stuff going on. So it's important to provide a product that we can get out to people right now. So like our MVP should be ready at the end of this month, and we're looking pretty solid for Q1 this upcoming year. So as you two have been really awesome, and seeing you at the shows and following us on our social media, and obviously being on SoMee, I'd love for you guys to just kind of talk about any particular projects or any businesses that you're working on, or anything that we can get some more awareness to our community about. So please, anything that
the
you guys
number one
have.
thing that's out right now is CryptoLoves.us, Crypto Loves Us, which is a adoption and lifestyles blog. So if you want to get into crypto, know what it is, get the accounts, get the bonuses, and join the programs, then that's what this blog is all about. And it's very sleek, it's very simple, and there's an educational location where if you want to learn about cryptocurrency and blockchain, we'll teach you about what money is and what Bitcoin is and what Ethereum is, and then the future of it all, just by putting on a bunch of videos together. And it's not like my home videos, it's Mike Maloney's Hidden Secrets of Money, and a bunch of really well done videos. And then this, that's all I've got right now.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Anything you, Satoshi Proof?
First of all, I'd like to say that if you are on SoMee, to follow me, and my name on there is Jacqueline Alvidre, so you can find me there. But projects that I'm working on is I host a lot of meetups here in Las Vegas, so we help a lot of people basically understand the concepts, the basics of cryptocurrencies, and we help them basically transition into the space and create like accounts and whatnot. And then we also provide outlets where projects could come and talk about their projects to the locals here in Las Vegas. So that's one of the things that I've been focusing the majority of my time, is creating these events for the locals to come and basically learn about this whole industry, because I feel like if you're going to make a change, it's very important for you to actually impact your local communities.
If you're in Vegas, go to Meetup and look for, what is it, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain. What is it?
Blockchain, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin group. It's a long name.
No, it's great. No, it's exactly the terms that we need.
Yeah, meetup.com/hodlers.
Oh yeah, HODLERS.
Awesome. Well, that's Satoshi Proof and Crypto Cardiff. I know I call you guys by your handle names, which is cool, because that's Twitter is the place where I see you guys the most.
And then SoMee.com/profile/Cardiff.
SoMee.social.
Oh, that's right, social.
It's okay. SoMee.com. We're gonna try to get that name soon. It's like a DNS server company.
That's it.
Or something like that.
SoMee.social/profile/Cardiff.
Yeah. So definitely, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. This is James Pels here with Satoshi Proof, Crypto Cardiff. We're live here at Crypto BlockCon in Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, and we will check with you guys
at the bottom of the market.
At the bottom of the market,
hanging in with everyone else.
Hanging in there where everyone's freaking out.
The consensus is that it's tough, but we're all sticking in there.
Exactly. So these are the times when we can get some real work done.
Invest your time, invest your money, because for the next however long this will last, because you'll be kicking yourself if you don't. This is the time. And SoMee, I mean, oh my God, it's an amazing opportunity. It's like 250,000 market cap.
Yeah, we're doing some things, man. We're looking to really, like, when we say like Facebook style meets like a Steemit, like, it's people are kind of like, wait, what? Like. Yeah. Because it's kind of like a big thing to try to tackle right now. Yeah. So people, it's almost like you really have to have that vision and faith. And I'm going to give credit to our CEO, Chris K. Like, this guy is a beast. And he had this vision back in 2013. So, like, and it didn't pivot to blockchain until 2017. Mm-hmm. But, like, the original vision was for the user to actually get a percentage of the ad share by posting from, it was then Ong.social, where you're posting from Ong.social to Facebook, Twitter, all your other social networks, but simplifying it. It's kind of like a Hootsuite. Yeah. But you actually got paid on Ong. So, like, that same model still is implemented in what we're doing with SoMee, but just in the blockchain now with all the awesome new things that blockchain can provide for a social network. So it's really just the beginning. So you guys are in with us on the early days, and we just appreciate you. So awesome. We'll chat with you guys real soon. Yeah, it's a pleasure.